There. It's my best Joan of Arc. Anyway, Nate Jackson here, Criterion Collection guy. God, it's been a week since Autumn Sonata, Monty Python's Life of Brian, but we're back. Feels so empty without a little Criterion in your life, but hey, here we go. Number 62, Passion Joan of Arc by Carl Dreyer. 1928-82. Silent but French, so no speeding through it like I did with Nanook of the North. But even then I couldn't really, because apparently they decided to accompany, there was a guy named, a composer named Richard Einhorn, who composed a piece called Voices of Light, which was supposed to sync up to the film. And it was written back, I think, a few years before this DVD came out, back in 95, I think. This was 99. And so it was an optional soundtrack. They synced it up with the movie, the recording of it. And so I decided to just try it myself, and it's like, all right, I'll listen to it. I like classical stuff like that, especially by Anonymous 4. Anonymous 4, really good group, vocal group. But yeah, about the movie itself, it's basically, all I can say is it's about the trial and execution of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, who is some crazy woman, crazy 19-year-old girl who took over Europe or something for France, and it was just yeah. She looked like a crazy person. She heard voices, and she thought she was on a mission from God, and it was hard to watch. And that might have been just because of Renee Falconetti's performance. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. It's hard to describe. It's basically, she goes on trial, and everybody's all accusing and wants her to renounce all her sins and stuff like that, and accept, the real God or something, not her fake God. They try to coax it out of her by showing her a torture chamber, and she freaks out and she gets all weak. And at first she signs her name, like saving her life, but then she renounces or recarts. I forget the term. Recants her confession, and believes in her and keeps going, and so she gets burned at the stake, and blah blah blah. Spoiler alert. Now I think, as far as I think my biggest problem was it was just hard to watch Joan of Arc because of the fact that you could tell she was crazy from her eyes. Of course, this might have been because it was in the silent era. Everybody looked crazy in those big wide eyes. That was like the huge That was like a huge thing to look like this, like with the makeup, the dark makeup all around, to look like that in all your movies. That was, I guess, a big thing for in the silent era, and I don't get it, honestly. So, bugged me. The soundtrack was awesome, great music. I think that I thought Voices of Light was a really nice piece. But we're not here talking about the thing, but we have to talk about it in reference to the movie. And that's basically all I can say about this movie. And on that, we'll give it, Lord, what do I rate this? I don't know, a C+. It was just hard to watch. I know people love it because of Falconetti's performance, but I just, and I see where she was going for, but it probably would have made more meaning to me if there were dialogue, which there wasn't. But there you go. So C+, wasn't the worst movie, but it wasn't the greatest. And there you go. That's about as. It was shot beautifully. The attention to, the cutaway between the characters. Beautiful direction, beautiful photography, and that's pretty much all I can give it, to get it as high as a C+. So there you go. All right, then that's it. C+. Supplements. There's the booklet, the libretto for Voices of Light, and let's see, audio essay by Casper Tibjerg. I'm assuming that must be like comment. That was the commentary, I guess, for the soundtrack. There's production design archive, pictures and essays, different versions of Passion, which apparently has had a huge, I guess it's had a huge like history of like the film because it's been censored because of obviously because of its religious overtones and things like that, and a scene where Joan like lets blood out or something. I think that had to be censored for being very violent. Yeah, so they show different versions, like because it had been like I guess existed in a 60-minute censored version for years and years and years until like the early '80s when they found it in a Danish or Norwegian mental institution, the full version of the film, and there you go. So it wasn't until Criterion got their grubby old hands on it in '99 that they cleaned up everything and made it look good as shit. So yeah, there's the EPK of Voices of Light with interviews from Richard Einhorn and Anonymous 4, which is really cool to see. And it's on Sony Classical too, which means that it could work for my Columbia project, which is another project I'm working on. Yeah, and of course there's restoration demonstrations, and yeah, that's about it. So, Passion of Arc C+, might want to check it out if you know the story of Joan of Arc and you like silent films, especially in French. Check it out. Otherwise, this isn't your greatest. Yeah, whatever. Alright, 63! Finally, this has been sitting on my shelf for a couple of weeks now, ever since I found it like 2 weeks ago. Carnival of Souls. Now, the plan is, I think, as you're watching this, it's Monday, whatever, June 2nd. I think we're gonna do this tonight as well. We're gonna have another Criterion double feature as we did with Autumn Sonata and Life of Brian last week. So just to catch up, because I got this one, I got the Third Man. The Third Man's gonna take all day tomorrow, probably, or most of the day tomorrow, because the movie's only like an hour and 40 minutes, but the supplements go on forever. There's like an hour, like 3 hour long documentaries with the making of the film. I think one of them is a feature length, and there's an hour one, and then there's an hour and a half one, and there's a bunch of like radio theater, Lux radio theater things like with 39 Steps, which I like. I always love radio plays, so that was actually a really cool bonus feature for the 39 Steps Criterion Collection to add the Lux radio theater radio play of 39 Steps. And so hopefully, I'm thinking the Third Man will probably be more of the same. But yes, anyway, so, and the movie's not very long. Well, there's 2 versions, the 78-minute version and the 83-minute version. Probably going to go with the director's cut because, there you go. Just so I can see everything that the director wanted to do, and then maybe I'll compare it to the original theatrical version and see what edits they made and all that, and hopefully commentate on that. Yes, so we're gonna try this we'll get started on in about an hour, and yeah. So hopefully you shall see this review later tonight. So check back soon. Yeah, and then tomorrow. But if not, we'll do it tomorrow, and then Third Man we'll try to maybe do tomorrow as well. Rushmore will probably end up doing Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday morning will be the first thing I do. And then next weekend will be the Orphic Trilogy, which I'm still waiting on. We'll probably end up doing all of those maybe Sunday or maybe Saturday night. I don't know. If I do, it'll take me till early in the morning. So it probably won't be till another week. So, but we'll at least be getting 4 done this week. How about that? And yeah, so that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and we will hopefully see you later tonight for Carnival of Souls. Look, that creepy face. Woo! Until then, don't hear the voices in your head. If they tell you to believe in God, then you're crazy. Anyway, I mean, you can believe in God if you want, but don't mission on God. God will send you on your own mission in your own time, and it won't include voices. I just lost like 10 million religious viewers just right now. Not that I have like 10,000 anyway, but anyway. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking. Anyway, see you later for Carnival of Souls. And until then, goodbye.